Hello, when you play farming similar to 25, do you like starting out with maps with a big field? Would you like the potential to expand your fields cheaply? Do you like to get into cattle maybe? If so, you might like this map because it has all those things. I'm Farmer Teacher. Let's take a look. Okay, you're going to start the map right here next to your truck, but this is not your house behind me. Notice there's no sleep button. I think they're just trying to show you a way to get to the shop, because if you take a left here, you can go to the shop, or right. But if you go up this way, you're going to get to your farm. Okay, that's your starting farm there on the left. Let's go in here and take a look. Okay, we're here. This is your house there next to Walter. Or you could use this house. This is really just for looks. You could sell that though for like 10 grand. So this is the house you use. It has a sleep button in there. Let's take a look around your farm here. Okay, right here you got a large liquid fertilizer holder. It holds 300,000 liters. Over here you got your harvester. It's ready to go in your wheat field. This is the John Deere S7. It's a pretty good harvester. It's a good middle of the pack harvester. Holds like 14,100 liters. Now it does have a grain header on the front that's 10.7 meters. However, you can upgrade that, and I would, to 15.3. So I went ahead and did that right off the bat. Go trade this in, get the bigger one, because it's going to help your operation go a lot quicker, because you have this 48 acres of wheat here that you got to harvest. So the wider the header, the better. And this one will handle it. It will do it. So that's pretty cool. Right here, you got your trailer for your header. Let's go in here and check out your storage. Now this thing here doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there, but for looks. You do have a corn header in here. This one's 12 meters wide. You have two tractors. This is a New Holland. It's 302 horsepower. It's already been maxed out with upgrades. And you have a shallow cultivator that you need 190 horsepower to use. And you have that. Pretty good cultivator. You get a small 18.5 meter trailer. You might want to upgrade that shortly, but it works for now. And you got the John Deere 6R with 301 horsepower. So both your tractors have been upgraded already. They're just over 300 horsepower, which is cool. Okay, over here you got, it calls this pallet storage, but there's no button or anything. You could manually, I guess, put them in here. All right, now this silo is crazy big. It holds 50 million liters. Okay, 50 million liters. And what I wanted to do, because I'm going to show you here in a second, but there's propane on the map, but there's no dryers. So I was going to replace this and put in the one with the dryer on it. It won't let me sell it. You can't take it out. So anyway, you're kind of stuck with that. That's somewhat of a glitch, I guess. Okay, over here you got another pallet storage slash building where you could put some stuff in there. And you got this grassy area right here. And then you got that extra house over there that you could sell for 10 grand. This area right here, it's kind of weird on the map. A lot of the areas around the roads is unusable. And what I mean is you can't purchase that. Like these middle, well, not that, but this. Okay, all those areas are non-purchasable in between there. So you have this little area right here, and you have this one field. It's a big field, so it gets you going for sure. But you're going to need a little bit more equipment. You have nothing for lime. You got nothing for fertilizer, so you're going to need some stuff there. But you do have this area right in here that you can use. I took that second house out, and I put a chicken pen over there, and I put some sheep right here. So you can use that to get you started. By the way, there's some other farms you can purchase and some fields, and they're a pretty good bargain. Pretty good bargain. Okay, there's an aerial view of your farm, and that's it. What you see is what you get. But there's a lot of other things you can buy on this map that are really interesting and cool, especially if you like cattle. And there's your one field. It is not regularly shaped, but it does have straight lines. The fields are not necessarily all square, but they're not rounded at all. They all have straight lines on them. Okay, let me show you where the shop is. So you're going to leave your place here, come down the road. Pretty good detail on here. By the way, we'll look at that in a second. We'll come back to that. It's beautiful. And then you're going to take a right here, and this is the shop area, okay? So your stuff's going to spawn in there, and you take it right in there to work on it right there. Pretty good shop. Some of the buildings, the architecture is really cool. Look at this one. It's one of your sell points, but look at how the building is set up. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, I love this area here. This is where the high school is, and it's very cool. It has a lot of detail on it. This is Oakfield, New York. That's where the map's supposed to take place after a real area up there, I guess. But it's called Genesee County 4KM. So it is not on console yet because it's a 4KM map. But look at this detail here. My wife's a teacher at a high school, and look at this. It's very similar. You have a ball field over here. You got the football field over here with the stadiums. The visitor stadium, the home stadium is bigger. You know, it looks a lot like ours. Really cool. And of course, you got the main building there, and you got the high school building over here with the school bus. Now, it confused me at first because it said Oakfield, Alabama Central School District. It is in New York. All right, let's come on down this way. Some of the roads are long. When you're taking your stuff to the market, it might take you a minute in your semi there, especially if you're using just a tractor. Okay, this is the animal market there, and you can sell TMR there. By the way, I've had some extra, need a little extra cash. I sold some there. This is your farmer's market right here. It's different from the standard farmer's market. Okay, here's a little farm you can purchase. It's mainly a horse farm. Okay, that's the Grain South silo right there. Okay, there's a farmhouse, but you cannot purchase that one. And then the little barn there is an actual point of sale. You drive through there. Now, this is the dairy. We'll look at the productions here in a minute. It's called something else. But you can get that for only $50,000. Okay, these are the available productions. You don't own any. The OATKA milk products, that's the dairy. And it does some pretty cool things. It has the usual stuff, but it also has ice cream, soy milk, yogurt. So it gives you a couple of different options there, and it's only $50,000. There's a pallet warehouse. There's a potato storage and sorting, and then there's a USG factory. Well, interestingly enough, you put in wood chips, resin, and slurry, but I don't know where you get the resin. There are some mods where you can get resin from trees, and I did not see that as part of this map, so that might be something you'd have to take up on your own. Okay, there's the potato pallet and storage facility right there. There's your gas station, and there's a random house that you cannot purchase. These are some of your smaller fields over here. They're still not tiny, but if you want to do a little starter thing. Now, another thing that's interesting is this deal right here. It's a bale and pallet storage. I guess you already own it because it lets you use it. It says the storage is empty. You could put some stuff in here, I guess, and store it, especially if you want to do a little starter farm over on this side of the map. We are way up here, by the way. It's one of the grain points of sale. Okay, the map does have the roller coaster that you can build right over here on this side. We are over here on this side of the map. Oh, something I need to mention, over here on this corner of the map, almost this corner, up here. So right here, you got this big field here, plot number 74 for $157,000. You can buy this area, and it has a constructible house on it and a water source or a fishing hole. Now, the good news is it's a fishing hole. The bad news is it's a fishing hole. And what I mean is, since it's a designated fishing hole, when you fish there, you do not catch trash. Well, if you've been fishing for a while, trash can be lucrative. You can make a lot of money from trash. So I'm going to have another video talking about fishing, but you can make a lot of money with the trash from fishing, and there's no trash here. But it is a fishing hole. It's kind of far to come for water. Okay, here's a very large cow complex you can purchase. We'll look at that in detail in a second. Okay, we're back to the high school. Okay, if you leave the high school and go over here, there's a quarry. It is $110,000, not very much. Then over here you have another grain sell point. Okay, we're back to your farm here, and if you leave your farm and go due north up this road, there's these other cow barns you can purchase, so a smaller one. And then over here, there's a little farm you can purchase. It includes a little ranch house, some storage barns, and another storage building. And then across the street, there's a very large silo you can purchase for just $20,000. So if you want to do this little starter farm and then buy some small fields right here, for 20 grand, you got the silo, and then for 44,000, you got your house and storage and everything. So pretty good little startup right here. And then this field here is only $51,000, and it's 7.37 acres. So that's pretty cool. All right, let me show you these inside the game there, these other things you can purchase, these cow barns and stuff. All right, check it out. This is my little farm here on this map. So I put a chicken pen over here. I got a greenhouse here. And then right here in this little grassy area, I got a sheep pen. So that gives me some steady income. Let me show you these little farms. By the way, this is where you get propane right here. So it should be useful for something, but I couldn't find a use for it on the map. All right, look what I have here. This area over here, you got these 4 cow barns, calf barns, I should say. And they each hold 50 cows. Okay, and I got 50 cows in there. They're only a month old. But look at that. That's pretty cool. So you drive in here, put your food in here. And these do not require water. Okay, but they're pretty cool. So you got a capacity there for 200 calves that you can grow. Okay, these are calf barns. Okay, let me show you the other cow facility over here because it's big. There's your farm again. I'm going to cross this way. There's the propane thing. And I have purchased this monstrous facility over here. Oh, well, let me show you how much this is. Okay, you can purchase these 4 cow barns for $64,550. That is a bargain. It has a funny thing there where you can feed them just milk. Okay, I wouldn't do that because you're going to get more. Depends what mode you're on. If you're on the hard mode, that's probably a good idea. If you're on the easy mode, you're going to make more selling the milk. But that is an option. You can feed them milk from your other dairy farm, the one I have over here. So let me show you this thing. This is massive. Look at this. Look at this spread over here. And it is a bargain too with all kinds of stuff in it. It's going to take a minute to just look at all this. But you got bunker silos over here. There's all kind of storage over here. Now this building is covered in solar, but I did not get any solar income. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch or what. But let's take a look. Okay, this is a beef barn. You're going to raise beef cattle here. I have 500 in there, okay, and they're little still. I just got started on these. I was just able to purchase this. But you got this one and that one. So you got 2 that hold 500 each of beef cattle. There's no way to get milk out of those. Over here you have a very nice storage shed. Very, very nice. You have a fuel station here. Does come with a house. Now this is interesting. Right here you have a TMR factory, okay? TMR factory. Let me show you. Okay, that's it here. You have 2 ways to make TMR. The first way is using silage, alfalfa hay, mineral feed, and straw. And the second way is silage, regular hay, mineral feed, and straw. And you can see I have some in there. You dump it in there, the ingredients, and you got to pick it up over there. So that's pretty neat. If you want to get in the TMR business, it's pretty good setup over there. Now, the only drawback is, look at the capacity. It holds only 400,000 liters. That is not enough for all these cows over here. I'm using one of the beef cow barns and one of the dairy barns. It is not enough for all those cows. Okay, you got another pallet storage / building over here. You have a small cow barn here that holds 250 cows. You got another storage facility there. Got another storage facility here. And over here you have 2 dairy cow barns, and this one holds 500 cows, and I have 50 in there. Actually, I got 50 buffalo in that one and 50 dairy cows over here. But I think, yeah, these have reproduced. So now I have 100 dairy cows out of 500, and they are reproducing and moving along. You pick up your milk here and your slurry over here. Pretty cool setup. Now the food, okay, you dump your straw there in the middle. We got these guys in the way. But your food you put on this end. And very similar on this one. It is on the end of it right here. Well, right in there. And then you have a very, very large capacity. From your beef cows, you have a large capacity for slurry. Let me just show you. Okay, if you've ever wanted to use slurry for fertilizer, but it only holds 100,000 liters and that's not enough to do a big field, well, rest assured, you've got some slurry capacity here. I have 630,000 in there, and this thing holds like 10 million. I mean, look at all this slurry capacity in here. It's huge, absolutely huge. Hey, some of my neighbors are working. Look at that, that's cool. So anyway, if you want to use this for fertilizer, you have the capacity here, so you can use that. Now these smaller ones, not so much. They only have like 100,000 liter capacity. It's harder to do. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's a very, very enjoyable map. It's got a few glitches, but hey, it's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I like the way it's laid out. I like the look of the roads. You need to be able to remove your silo and put or they should come with a silo with a dryer on it. That's all I got. I'm Farmer Teacher. I'll see you on the next go round. Bye-bye.